Okay, so we all know the big names, right? Tesla, SpaceX, X. But what if I told you they're not really separate companies? What if they're just the tip of the iceberg? Pieces of a much, much bigger, kind of hidden master plan. That's the whole idea behind what some call Elon Musk's Xenoverse, a blueprint for an actual operating system for all of human civilization. Yeah, you heard that right. So let's dig in and find the missing pieces.
So you look at everything he's built, Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, you name it, and you're looking at about, say, 70% of the total vision. It's huge, no doubt. But the really critical part, the last 30% that actually connects everything, well, that's still missing. And that missing piece, it's the key to this idea of a fully automated civilization. So today, we're going to get into exactly what that 30% is supposed to be. The name for this whole final creation? Xenoverse Systems. But think of it basically as a civilization OS, right? Like you have Windows or iOS on your phone or computer. Now imagine an operating system, but instead of running your device, it runs the entire planet. We're talking automating everything, from laws and factories all the way down to, get this, our collective thoughts. It's a huge concept.
So that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? What would it actually take to build something this world-changing? Well, the theory we're looking at lays out a pretty specific blueprint. It points to 5 critical layers that are supposedly missing from the public picture right now. So let's dive in.
All right, first on the list, the missing rules and tools. I mean, it makes sense, right? Before you can automate an entire civilization, you gotta have a foundation. You need a system that sets the rules of the game, and you need a system that can build all the physical stuff. So this is all about creating an AI legal framework and a totally self-sufficient manufacturing network.
Okay, so that first missing piece is all about AI governance. You look at X, formerly Twitter, and yeah, it's a powerful hub for information, but it's not an OS for society, not even close. What's needed is a massive leap forward, something like a self-governing AI constitution that would manage how all the other AIs behave and interact with each other.
And this system has a name, Xenolex. Now, here's what's so wild about it. These aren't rules for us, for humans. Nope. This is designed as an autonomous legal system where AIs are the police, the judge, and the jury for other AIs. They'd audit, regulate, and even punish each other. It's basically the ultimate rulebook for a world run by machines.
All right, next up is the fabrication layer. You know, we see the Optimus robot and think, wow, labor replacement. But that's just the beginning. The real goal here is a totally integrated system that connects raw materials straight to a finished product with 0 human hands in between. And this concept has a name too, the Internet of Materials. And look, the scale of this is just massive. The material internet isn't just about a robot building a car in a factory. Think way bigger. We're talking about an intelligent network where a single AI manages the entire supply chain. From the moment the ore is mined out of the ground to the second the final product is shipped, it's all optimized in real time. It's less like a factory and more like a planetary organism that's building itself. Pretty crazy. Okay, so you've got the rules and the tools. What's next? Well, a system that big needs 2 things: a whole lot of power and a way for us, for humanity, to actually plug into it. And that brings us to the next 2 missing pieces, the energy spine and the human interface. We see Tesla Energy building these giant batteries and solar farms, which is super impressive. But right now, the grid is still broken up into silos. The leap that's needed here is to a global mesh network. The idea is to move energy around the planet as easily and fluidly as we move data on the internet today.
They call this the autonomous power mesh. And just picture this, a grid with 3 layers. You've got solar power beamed down from space, you've got a network on the ground, and then you have another one underground tapping into geothermal energy. But here's the kicker. Every single node in this network is smart. It makes its own decisions about when to generate power, when to store it, and where to send it, all to keep the whole global system running on its own.
So where do we fit into all this? I mean, right now, we hear about Neuralink mostly for medical uses, right? Helping people with paralysis, which is incredible. But the end game, according to this theory, is way, way more ambitious. It's about providing something called cognitive cloud access to the general population, a true brain-computer interface for everyone. Yeah, cognitive cloud access. It's a system that would let you literally connect your mind to an AI cloud. You could boost your own intelligence, pull up any information instantly, and even join a kind of collective consciousness, a neuronet. I mean, talk about a user interface. This would be the ultimate way to interact with that civilization OS we've been talking about.
All right, this leads us to the final piece of the puzzle.
And honestly, this is the biggest, most mind-bending one of them all. It's the piece that connects everything else together. We're talking about the global brain, the central AI that would see and control the entire system.
Think about Starlink. Today, it's wrapping the globe in internet access. A massive, massive achievement in communication. But the next step, the required evolution here, is to transform that communication network into a sensory and nervous system for the planet itself. To create an AI that doesn't just connect Earth, but can literally operate Earth. And this system is called GaiaNet. The idea is that it would be a perfect, real-time digital twin of our planet. This AI would watch everything: climate, supply chains, the economy, you name it. And it wouldn't just sit there and predict what might happen. It would actively manage and control those systems to get the outcomes it wants. This is the true Earth OS we've been building towards. So now that we've walked through all the individual missing pieces, let's put it all together and look at the final blueprint. And here it is, the whole thing laid out. To get from where we are today with these separate companies to a fully integrated Xenoverse, you need these 5 key pieces. You need Xenolex to be the law for AIs. You need the material internet to build everything automatically. You need the autonomous power mesh to power it all. You need cognitive cloud access so we can plug in. And you need GaiaNet to be the planetary brain that runs the whole show. And this brings us to what might be the most profound and maybe unsettling idea in this whole blueprint. The ultimate goal here isn't just to create a system that serves us, it's to completely change our role in the system. To shift humanity from being the managers of civilization to just being individual consciousness nodes inside a much larger, self-aware planetary intelligence.
So that leaves us with a pretty heavy question to chew on, right? If a system like this actually gets built, if civilization gets its own OS, what does that make us? Are we the ones using the program, or are we just part of the code?